Anthony Showtime Pettis makes his PFL debut against Clay Collard, their first event back since 2019. First event of their regular season. They have a season. It's not like your normal MMA leagues where they're just doing fights. The fighters earn points by getting victories, whether it's by finish or not, depending on what round you earn more points. And then the guys who have the best rankings obviously make it onto the tournament round for the $1 million. Obviously, Pettis looking for that million, as obviously probably is Clay Collard, who's a very tough guy. Clay Collard is not a guy to be underestimated in the striking department. You look at his career, he actually became a pro boxer in 2017. He had one fight. But then in 2019, he committed to pro boxing, didn't fight any MMA, 8 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws. And in his last 10 boxing matches, 7-3. Pretty impressive. He was able to actually take out some undefeated guys in fights he was not supposed to win. Granted, in boxing, 2-fight losing streak. And this is MMA against Anthony Showtime Pettis. Something to note too, Clay Collard, 3 losses by submission. Pettis has 10 wins by submission, also 8 knockouts on the record. But Anthony Pettis' jiu-jitsu is very underrated, and in this matchup here, you need to watch out for the BJJ. Pettis is an excellent kickboxer. He's so dynamic from range. I think he picks apart Clay Collard from kickboxing range. Granted, Collard does have hands, and in the boxing range could be potentially dangerous still. I think the serious step up in competition for Collard in MMA, especially taking as much time off as he has, it's going to be way too much for him. I feel like Anthony Pettis comes out here and puts on an excellent performance, and I'd say a show against Clay Collard, and gets the victory in this one. I do believe it's by submission here, and I think he could do it in the second round. Odds for this fight, -600 for Pettis, +400 for Clay Collard. I don't see Collard having his Rocky moment here. If he did, God bless him. But I just think so unlikely to beat Anthony Pettis. We do have some prop bets available, so I do want to talk about the betting breakdown for this fight. Obviously, now the odds on some sites are actually more widespread than the -600 for Pettis. Collard, you can get him even as a bigger dog. Don't think that he's worth that dog bet, to be 100% honest. Okay, so let's talk about some parlays to play. The over-under, I don't love in this fight. I don't necessarily think take the risk on over-under. I think what we can do here, Pettis winning this fight inside the distance at -115. I'm not going to be playing that, but it's not a bad pick because I do think he gets it done by inside the distance. But I want to pick a method that I think is more likely than that. Anthony Pettis winning by submission, I do think is a very likely method. Granted, it seems like they're having it only in specific rounds, which that's a problem. Let me move up. No, we do have it. Okay, my mistake. Anthony Pettis is a +300 dog for winning by submission. You look at Collard's history, he's a guy that loses by submission. Possibly, not every time out, but he has lost by submission. As good as Pettis is on the striking, he's extremely good with his jiu-jitsu. I think in this fight, he may surprise us and work some grappling game here. I'm going to pick Pettis. I don't love the submission prop bet. It's a fun one if you want to play if you want to play a little bit at the +300. Pettis winning by a knockout, it's a +160. Obviously, the inside the distance was a -115, so I don't love the inside the distance. I think Pettis is an excellent parlay addition, whether you're parlaying him with some UFC fights this week or with the PFL card, which has some great parlays. If you haven't seen the full card prediction and breakdowns for that fight, we go over the full betting breakdown and the parlays to play there, so make sure you check that out. I'll actually link it in the description for you guys who haven't seen it. Anthony Pettis should win. I think he does it by submission here. He beats Clay Collard. I like him as a parlay pick. I don't mind the Pettis submission prop bet or the TKO prop bet, but I, for some reason, like putting a little sprinkle on that submission victory, just statistically, because Collard does have a legitimate striking game. And Pettis, I mean, granted, he knocked out Wonderboy Thompson, but he was losing that fight on the feet. Hasn't been so much of a finisher as of late. At least in the welterweight division. He is coming down to 155, which is another thing to note. Clay Collard is a serious step down in competition. He fought Alex Morono in his last fight, that being Anthony Pettis. Cerrone before that. He fought very legit guys. I mean, he fought Diaz as well, lost to Diego Ferreira, who's a very good grappler. So, I mean, this guy's fought some of the best lightweights and welterweights in the world. And now he's taking on Clay Collard, who is a pretty decent boxer, but not elite class, former UFC fighter and longtime MMA veteran. This is Pettis' fight. He's a pretty big favorite. He's a parlay pickup, maybe some prop bets to play. I don't think Cassius Clay Collard goes out there and pulls off a crazy upset. I do not believe in his Rocky moment, but if anybody's going to have it, and for some reason there's some luck on his side with that boxing career, maybe he is the Rocky we don't know about, but I don't truly believe that's what's going to happen. Anthony Pettis, he gets the win here. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And I will see you all next video.